Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of Million Dollar Secret. That's right, Netflix's latest hit, Million Dollar Secret. This is the Million Dollar Secret After Show. That's Bobby Goodsby. I'm Jonny Fairplay. And Bobby, like we always do when it's time for any kind of competition of any kind or talking about Million Dollar Secret, you got to have your scotch or your bourbon or your whiskey. I decided to go with an old fashioned. I have a premium muddled cherries. I have a blood orange peel, some preferred bitters. I went with a little Angel's Envy. I suggest Watertown Whiskey. Check out at Watertown Whiskey on all your socials. Mikey B from Survivor, that's his brand of choice. But I'm going to go ahead and smoke this first.
Ooh, that's a cool little smoker.
Oh yeah,
I need that for my bar.
Yeah, so we got the smoker there. Oh, look at that perfection! And let's give this
little wood fire.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. So I feel like our host, Peter.
Yes, good old Peter.
Peter was none too happy. Episode 2 or 3, whenever we get to the skeet shooting challenge, he really wanted his beverage.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. How do you like Peter as a host? I like him. Like he gives a different vibe than what we get from most reality TV show hosts. You know, he kind of is in the same aesthetic as oh my gosh, what's his face from The Traitors host?
Yeah, I was about to say he's Alan Cumming without the kindness.
Yes, yeah, he's Alan Cumming, but trying to be more stern and more his like the type of niche he actually acts in.
He's literally playing the straight man.
Yeah, like he's gonna be cast in the next James Bond movie because of this.
I feel like he's done stuff in the past. I could have looked it up. I'm sure if we IMDb'd him, I think he has been in stuff before. I think this is an actor that is playing our host and owner of The Stag. I think Bobby might be doing a little recon here.
He's definitely in stuff. I've definitely seen him on TV in movies before. He's a famous actor.
Yeah. So the concept of Million Dollar Secret is we have 12 strangers, no celebrities, living in a house, and the Stag is the mansion that they're living in. And when you come into the house, you randomly choose a key to your room in the mansion, and one of those keys will on every bedroom has a box, and inside of one of these boxes is $1 million.
Hey Johnny, I just got to interrupt you real quick. Our boy Phillip Solomon is in the house watching live right now. So
what's up, Phil? That's one of my I guess it's my favorite Dondi player, but don't tell Boston Rob or the Golden God, or well, you can tell Parvati, she knows. But yes,
Phil, if you ever want to jump in with us, buddy, you're more than welcome. So we'd love to have you talk about the show, especially if you're watching.
Yeah, let us know. I'll shoot over the link, Phil. Just raise your hand. So before we get to the intricacies of episode 1, the premiere of Million Dollar Secret season 1, I have a small problem.
Okay.
I liked Lauren. When we meet the cast randomly, going in, I'm just like, oh my God, please give Lauren the $1 million box, because that will make this the most uncomfortable for anyone here. And of course, she does randomly get the $1 million box, and that's great. And I found her to be extremely likable.
Yes.
However, when she is not in possession of this box, I did not find her likable at all. I don't find myself liking any of these people. And I feel the concept makes it so that I don't like any of these people.
Yes, but I think that's what the show is trying to portray, because it's trying to give almost that snooty, rich person attitude, while also
and
being
$1 million turns you into an asshole.
Kind of, yeah, because you look for this show is literally designed that you look for every single thing to distrust people, right? So you
Yeah.
just can't trust anyone. So
Yeah.
that's why it gives off that effect. But I think that's good for the aesthetic of what they're trying to accomplish here.
But another problem with this show is, we don't see this on screen, but I'm pretty sure productions told these people, hey, don't reveal too much about yourselves because we will give clues as to who the possessor of the $1 million is, and they could potentially lose that against you. So we have a house full of people literally lying or B, saying nothing.
Yes.
That doesn't help make a show.
I get it. But I kind of like what they're trying to do because
I do too. I think once we hit this second drop tomorrow, episodes 4, 5, 6, I think we're gonna learn. It's as I said, it's just the format, and I love the format. I do not have a problem, but I think the format does not lend itself into you forming an emotional connection with these people because they're either lying to you and we don't know, or B, they're not telling you anything, and that doesn't help me as a viewer connect with some of these people. So Lydia, the old lady, the old grandma, I'm like, oh, I don't like the old grandma. And then we get the reveal, old grandma's a 30-year poker player. I'm like, I love the grandma.
Yes. I mean, and is there anyone from this cast that is like absolutely rubbing you the wrong way through?
I hate Chris. I hate Chris. I do not. I want Chris to leave my television. Like, he's the kind of like that. I don't like him as the bad guy. I just don't like him. Okay. It kind of reminds me of Say. I feel there's an entitlement to Chris, and I'm just like, relax. We're all, you 12 are all the same. Everyone has equal footing, and everyone has equal right to win the $1 million at the end of this. And it's just a better than you type vibe I get from him. And then the fact that it's just like, oh, well, I've seen Survivor. I've seen 3 episodes. I know how this works. We make an alliance and fuck over all the people that weren't cool enough to be my friend in the first 45 minutes.
I think for me, through the first episode, I absolutely was not on board with Sam. Sam was driving me nuts.
Yeah. She's great. Sam is different than oh my God. There he is.
The best day.
What's going on?
Phillip,
hey, friends.
I'm sorry so you just stopped working out after Dondi, huh? You just gave up on life.
I just shrunk up. Yeah, that's a deal.
I love the fact that I don't have to exchange 15 emails to have you on a fucking podcast. How cool is that?
Right? So easy now.
Yeah. Hey, we're talking Netflix. Who gives a fuck? It's fine.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Dondi. I think this is fair game.
Totally. Yeah, tell us all the shit you couldn't tell us about the. No, I would like to cover Dondi season 3 as a participant and like all the things. So, Phillip, your first thoughts on $1 Million Secret, or did you bother watching? You're just joining us on the podcast.
Oh, I am totally in there, and I think that it does resolve the issue that I have as a viewer because I love traders, but the issue is the actual 3 to 4 traders have such a huge advantage on the game. If you're not a trader, you're just waiting to die. And I think this game has done a great job of evening it out. They have clues. They have things they have to do along the way that might make them stand out a little bit more than they're used to. So for me, I feel like it's finally an even playing field and that now we actually don't know who's going to win.
This may be a better version of traders, but do you also see the problem that I laid out earlier, that there's not an emotional connection because of this format?
Yeah, I think that the problem that's happening with this show is very much like the problem that kind of happened with Deal or No Deal Island at the beginning, because it's so hard to explain the game and the nuances and all the ways around it. You never got to say like, hi, I'm Phillip. I'm 37 years old. I'm a personal trainer from Austin, Texas. Like, we never got to like have those intros because the viewer is just trying to understand what's happening. So I think it's just one of those like beginning growing pains per se. But I do think that the drama is there. The cinematography is there. It looks like traders, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think the second drop of episodes 4, 5, and 6, we're gonna get what I was looking for, and we got glimpses of it on 1, 2, and 3. I just didn't find, like, I love Lauren, and then like Lauren's the millionaire. She's outside of her comfort zone, doing things she would never. She doesn't even like to fucking hug, and I'm just like, oh my god, and you find yourself rooting for Lauren, and then Lauren, for some dumb reason, reveals that she was the first $1 million person, and then A or King went to shit, and B, I found her unlikable.
Yeah, she took a real big turn for me. Like, again, as soon as she no longer had it, I was like, uh-oh, I don't think I like you as a person. But here's what I will say. Insider information. I was in the casting process for this show. They made it very clear and apparent that, like, deception was the name of the game. And so it's weird for me to hear Lauren be like, I didn't know that was it. I was like, did you know the name of this? Because I feel like they were very forthcoming with, like, deception, a secret. So you're going to have to hold that and, like, deceive people along the way.
Yeah, it wasn't $1 million tell the truth. It was $1 million secret.
Yeah, I feel like it caught her off guard being the first one to find the $1 million, and I think that's really where
there's no one more I would rather have the briefcase than her, or the $1 million box.
Yeah, and it made her, I think, really just second guess. Oh shoot, I actually have to play this game right from the start, and I just don't think she was prepared.
And I have zero desire to watch her not play the game for 6 episodes. I mean, she's like, what's the woman from Big Brother last season that did Price is Right and all that?
Oh God, yeah, it was very much her. But yes, she was the blonde.
Angela.
Yep,
yes, yeah. She was giving off Angela vibes, and I was not an Angela stan.
No,
it was giving me Angela combined with Amy from Deal or No Deal Island season 1 in like all the worst, like not in a good way. Like it was really not good. That I was like, ooh, this is bad. Yes.
Yeah, Angela or Amy went from I'm like, ooh, this might not be my cup of tea to like I'm liking Amy.
I love Amy, yes.
And I felt we got the reverse of Lauren here. It was just like, oh, okay, like I like the fish out of water concept, and I'm like, oh, you kind of suck.
Amy's like the perfect version of a mixture of both Angela and Lauren. Like she was like the perfect in between the crazy and the two mom, from a Southern Down kind of thing.
Agreed. All right, well let's walk through this episode. It is 12 strangers. One of them will become an instant millionaire, and they move into the mansion. It's called the Stag, and you see it's behind us. The Stag is there. And you have to pick a random room key out of a bag. I believe there's no guarantee this was random, but let's just say for argument's sake it was. And the $1 million secret gods shine their love upon us and gave us Lauren. But the first person we meet is Kyle. He gets the boar. He's a hillbilly from Louisiana. And he's really good at skeet shooting until it's time, but we'll get there. Next is Sydney. She's hot. Don't worry, she has not figured out her cover-up story. We'll find out later. Say Young is a short nerd. She got the rabbit. She's not very excited about that. And then next we meet Lauren. She's from North Dakota. She got 3 kids and a husband, and she hates lying. I'm like, oh, please give her the box. She gets the box. We are then introduced to Peter, your host, and he reveals that every day the millionaire has an agenda. And speaking of agendas, Sam is next introduced to us. She is a New York City cop. Oh, we love those. Next is Jamie. She's willing to do anything. Hey, what are you doing later? And then Chris is then revealed. I hate Chris. He doesn't want the million day one. No shit, Chris. No one does. It's if you're playing a game of hot potato, you don't want to start with the potato. You want to end with, well, I don't even know if you want to end with. Do the rules change at the end? I don't know. Who's to say? No one said. I'm not making fucking Harriet Tubman references here, Philip. But how does hot potato end? Are you the one with the potato in the end, or you're not with the potato?
I mean, you do bring up a very important point of the game that I don't think we know as viewers, because I was thinking to myself like this morning that I was like, so if they guess who has the money, is it like a faithful situation at the end where like it could be numerous people splitting it, or is there only one winner? Like we're still not exactly sure kind of how it works.
My fiance came home last night in the beginning of episode 2, and actually I take that back, about 3/4 of the way through episode 1, and she was like, I wanted to watch that. I was just like, well, I can go back and watch and not have to take notes and actually enjoy the show, or B, I can tell you what you missed. She's like, oh yeah, just tell me what I missed. And she's like, so what happens if they guess? I'm like, I have no idea. Fast forward, we're doing 3 podcasts today here, folks. We're doing episodes 1, 2, and 3. End of episode 3, we have no fucking clue what happens if they guess who has the million.
Nope.
Yeah. So let me just say this. My thoughts are, and I know my stuff's kind of glitching, so I apologize for that. But my thoughts are it's going to end similar to how the mole ended, where they're going to have like a final 3, final 4, and then you have to narrow it down to who you think is going to be the millionaire. And then if you're the one who guesses right, you get the $1 million. But I don't know if that means you have to pick one individual person each and you can't pick the same person, or do multiple people split? I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but because when you get down to 2, then it's no matter what, it's one or the other. And if you're not 8, it's the other person. So it's got to come down to a final 3 or final 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Much. But why not a rule explanation on the onset? What happens if you pick the million? I mean, it is never addressed.
No.
So problem, once again, I'm liking the show. And I don't really have a problem hating everybody. I mean, that's just Jonny Fairplay in real life. So, I mean, I'm just like, oh, I can transfer that onto watching reality television. Wonderful. Okay. But, as I said, I think episodes 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to fall in love with somebody. We're going to be good. And I don't think it's a fault of the show. I just think it's a circumstance of the show. So that's going to be fine there. But explanation of the rules going into this thing, I think would have been a little more helpful.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So, well, let's see. Next is Cara. She works at In-N-Out. I would like to discuss with her the secret menu. What is Philip? What is your secret menu item that you order when at In-N-Out?
I've only been to an In-N-Out like one time, and I'm like I hate dressings and sauces and stuff like that. So I'm like, a cheeseburger and fries is it for me. Like, I'm good on that.
Are you aware of the secret menu?
No, I did hear that there was one, but no.
Oh yeah. So the menu is like 12 things, and then there's like 38 more things. So I suggest for you, just based on the fact that you look much different than me and Bobby.
Do you mean black? Do you mean black? Is it a black thing? Is that what's happening right
now? No. I'm talking your athletic prowess. Has nothing to do with
the fact that you actually work out.
Yes. So and this guy just ran 3 miles earlier today, and I'm still putting you in a different.
You're killing it, Brad. You're killing it.
Yeah. So I'm still debating. I might do a half marathon here in a few weeks, but we'll get there. No, there's a secret menu for you. I think you would like, and maybe I'm wrong. There's it's called the 4x4.
Okay.
And the 4x4 is 4 meat patties and a lettuce wrap.
That sounds amazing. There's one in Austin. I will keep you posted. Done. Great.
Right?
Yeah. Being from California, there's a In-N-Out about 2 minutes away from my house right here. But
what you're going to, Bobby.
Oh man. Okay. So I have to say this, Johnny. Every time on the Survivor podcast, you ask Wayne and them how they would like their hot dog. And I'm always mortified that you will come to me with that question. And luckily it's never happened. I'm one of the pickiest eaters you will ever meet. So I am just a basic meat, cheese, bun kind of guy. But I agree with you. 4x4, 6x6. You can even go 20x20 if you want to do, if you're crazy enough. But for me, I always go cheese fries. Melted cheese on top of the fries. Best way you can go.
And that's it. You just get cheese
That's
fries.
Just cheese fries, secret menu. And also, for those that don't know, on the bottom of your cup, there's a Bible verse. So check it out.
Bible verse. Yeah.
Wow.
There's no freezer at In-N-Out. Everything is kept in a cooler. There's no freezer. Everything's
making me
fresh.
hungry, Johnny.
Everyone smiles, which I think they're pumping something into the vents. That's a different story for another time. So for those of you wondering, Jonny Fairplay orders the best out of everyone here. Obviously, double animal style is the way to go. That is the grilled onions.
So gross.
So gross. So gross.
I do not do animal style fries. I think the fries are good on their own.
Okay.
So, or as my good friend King George says, chips. But yes, I do.
Yeah, when I went to lunch with King George, he asked for a side of chips. I was like, I don't think they serve
and
that
tomato sauce. Is what he calls ketchup.
Oh, funny story about when I went to lunch with King George. He got a big old blue cheese, black and blue burger, and then decided to get a Oreo milkshake before he got the burger. And I'm pretty sure not Johnny. King George was going to throw up all over us because he was not in a good state after that.
Yeah. I took King George to Chicago, and we went to someone could tell me the name possibly in the comments. It's not Louboutin, it's Lulabelle, something. Anyway, whatever the number one Chicago deep dish pizza place is, like, you can't get in there. It's that good. Like, I mean, our tab was like, I don't know, like $500. It was, I mean, like, this is real. And I bring King George, and King George sees the Parmesan cheese things, and he's like, "Ooh, what's this?" I was like, "Parmesan cheese, you put on your pizza." He goes, "Oh," takes off the top and takes a spoon and is eats the entire thing of Parmesan cheese.
That tracks. That tracks.
The fact that they delivered our pizza was shocking, because I would have removed us as a collective based on George. He literally ate an entire thing of Parmesan cheese by way of spoon. So and he's double dipping. He's licking the spoon each time. So I'm like once he starts, I'm like, please finish.
I mean.
Oh my God, King George, we love you. And for
We
those
love
of you
you,
that
King George.
King George, my Australian Survivor podcast coverage. Eden Porter is usually my co-host. Eden is on holiday, as they call it over there, and so I had King George in the last 2 episodes. I twisted his arm. He hated every second of it. It was fun, and he said plenty of shit he shouldn't have. So check it out. You'll like it. Phillip, you're loving the Australian Survivor this season, huh?
Honestly, I am. I swear to you, I am. And I am with Australian Survivor right now because you're not going to make me look stupid twice. So here we are.
Here we go. And if you need a signed buff, I have a signed Miles buff and a signed AJ buff. I'll put it in the show notes. They have we're doing a eBay deal. I have an animal shelter about 10 miles from my house that has a 80% kill rate, which the national average I think is 13%. So I'm trying to raise some money, and if you guys have a problem with that, the champ is here, the Boca Raton cruiserweight champion of the world. Let's get yourself buff. Let's raise some money.
Let's do it.
I got props. Phillip did not have the British Bulldogs action figures on his bingo cards. They did.
Did not have that on the bingo card for the $1 million secret podcast.
I did not.
Who's to say what this podcast is called?
Hey, we didn't have Phillip on the bingo card either, and look where we're at now.
This is where we won life's lottery. So,
right here.
Phillip, if you'd like to join me and Phillip in person, April 16th, we will be at Ron Clark's Survivor viewing party. But no, you can't join us because they sold out in seconds. So yes, so you can stand outside. Phillip, so if we walk in together, Like, I'm not going to sign anything. I'm not going to take any pictures. I'm walking like the people that were smart enough to get their tickets. I'll be nice to them. Will you be mean with me?
I would love to say I would, but you watch the show, so I feel like you know the answer to that.
Yeah, all right. Well, if you like a selfie with Phillip and you're waiting outside Ron Clark Academy, feel free. Or as I like to call it, Hogwarts. Yes, it's literally Hogwarts. And God bless Ron Clark. That is a exceptional human being. But I digress. All right. Well, it's time to go to your rooms, open up your boxes, and we see a few of the boxes have these letters in there, and I'm just like, ooh, does the letter mean? And yeah, the letter means nothing. It is allegedly $1 million in the box. If I'm Jonny Fairplay and I'm Lauren, I'm fucking out the back door. Someone's gonna have to tackle me to get this box away from me.
You were like, wait, isn't this what one on Hulu? Got to get out. You're like, I just thought this was that, so I just leave with this one now. No, okay.
Yeah, I got to get out with this money. I see a back deck, sliding glass doors. So
I'd be out in that water, just swimming across the lake with it. Can't stop.
The water is just there. The water is just there for skipping rocks, Bobby. We'll get to it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's an episode 3 story. All right. Well, Peter comes to the room, and not the best bedside manner, but I love Peter. But I think we're going to see an evolution in Peter over time and over the episodes. I think he's going to fall like I did Ty Murray's Celebrity Bull Riding. And we literally rode bulls. And Ty Murray's concept was, he was like, I want, I think it was just 8 of us. He goes, I want 8 athlete celebrities to do my bull training and ride bulls. And, we're gonna declare the first celebrity bull riding champion. He's like, but I want NFL athletes. I want NBA athletes. I want NHL athletes. I want studs. And they're like, yes, that's what we're going to do. That's happening. Yes. And then as soon as they're like, yeah, but instead of athletes, let's put on Jonny Fairplay, Vanilla Ice, Nitro from American Gladiators, Rocket Ishmael, from he's down in Dallas. So they got one athlete. But and Ty Murray's furious. He was just like, this is not the show I fucking came up with. I wanted fucking it. And he was like, you know what? The world could use one less reality star. So he was actually wishing us to get hurt. Because he was just like, he was like, this is not the idea I had. I hate reality TV. I don't like Vanilla Ice. He's like, So, and then what I remember having dinner about halfway through the filming, Jewel, who was, I don't know. I think that, I don't know if they were engaged or they were married or girl, whatever, but Jewel's there with him. And she goes, Ty's mad at y'all. And I was just like, what, or I don't know if her accent was this thing, but whatever. Anyway, he's just like, he's like, God damn it, I like y'all. Like this, I don't like seeing y'all get hurt. I was just like, oh, welcome to the club. We didn't want to get hurt either. So I think our host, Peter, as long as you keep a nice cold scotch in front of him, I think he's going to warm up to this cast. And I think we're going to see an evolution in him as the host. And I think by the end of season 1, he'll be a little more Alan Cumming than what he is here on episode 1. So, yeah. But bedside manner alone, he's like, hey, Lauren, you got the $1 million. And your first agenda is you have to hug everyone. And if you do that, you get 2 extra votes. And she's like, yeah, I don't like hugging people. I believe it, but doesn't Lauren kind of look like a hugger by nature? Like the huggers I know.
He literally looks like the personification of a hug. Yes.
If anyone's going to get like a hug. If anyone's going to get away with this, it's her.
Yeah.
There's no one else in the house.
Yeah. like you're looking at what these agendas may or may not be moving forward. I'm just like, yeah, this seems kind of catered towards Lauren, who, like, if Lauren doesn't give you a hug, I think she's the millionaire.
Yeah. Let me just say this too. When we were, they were talking about this challenge that she had to do, I swear to God, and my wife heard it too, I thought they said that she had to hug each person twice. And so this whole time during this challenge, maybe we heard it wrong, but we both heard that. And the whole time we're watching this challenge, like, okay, she hugged everyone once, but like, why are they saying that they're checking off that she completed the challenge? I'm like, maybe something was lost in translation there, but did any of you pick that up, that it was like she had to hug him twice? Okay, maybe we're crazy, but we both literally looked at each other separate from the conversation and we're like, wait, doesn't she have to hug him twice? It caught us off guard.
Well, I was drinking scotch. I thought she had to fuck everybody.
Everybody. Within the first day.
Like, wow.
Challenge accepted.
This show, like, who swapped the scripts on Temptation Island in this? So, Phil, did you watch Temptation Island?
I did not.
Oh my God. I watched like the first season and then I started the second. I'm like, but now it's on Netflix. I'm like, you know what? Let's see what Netflix brings to the table in their incarnation, because it's gone from USA to other, whatever.
All over the place.
I think, yeah. So, but it's landed on Netflix. So first episode, they have the couples that, whose relationship is hanging on by a thread, and Mark L. Wahlberg is sitting there with tiny scissors. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so they're sitting there, you have the four, and they're like, here's the 12 girls that will be talking. And the first one comes, she's like, hey, my name's Sally, and my guilty pleasure is sucking dick. And I'm like, wow, all right, well, your mom must be proud.
I saw that clip on Instagram, and I was like, you are an HR nightmare. No one can hire you ever again. This is the worst.
Well, became Johnny's favorite show instantly.
Fair.
I'm like, we're gonna make it. We're halfway through the season tonight. So fast forward 3 a.m. I'm going to bed, waking up at 7 a.m. watching talking Australian Survivor. Like last week was a nightmare. I'm glad I'm done with Temptation Island. I loved it. And girl, there are plenty of jobs for that person that said that. So, many of which are blowjobs.
Wow.
Blowjobs that's what Karnak. Yes, blowjobs is the answer. Okay. We next meet Harry the photographer. He likes to wear a fun Hawaiian shirt, doesn't he?
Sorry, go ahead, Phil.
Okay.
So was he the Rock with short hair? Rock.
Here's the thing. Yes, you guys know the deal as far as like to get cast on a show like this. They've been through thousands of participants. And sometimes we see certain people and you're like, so out of like the thousands, they went with you. And that doesn't mean that they were incorrect. You just want to be like, what is it about you that makes you spark? And it never really hit for me.
Are you trying to tell me that Timu Richard Dreyfuss didn't do it for you?
Not Mr. Holland's Opus on this day. Absolutely not.
He is a perfect first boot potential. So I feel like when he was cast knowing, okay, this guy's going to be gone early, so let's just make good TV out of it. And honestly, I think they squeezed the juice out of Harry that they could possibly get between all of his mess ups along the way.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah. So, Philip, I don't know if you're aware of this. I wasn't either. So don't, if you're not, this is how it was explained to me. When they're casting a show like Survivor or Dondi or and now Million Dollar Secret, they cast, excuse me, I get choked up thinking about it or not. They cast 4 people that they think will win that will probably win. They cast 3 people that are going home immediately.
Fair.
And then they fill out the rest. So like I think it's no secret that you're in the good. Like I think they casted Parvati, Dr. Will, the Golden God, you and Letty. I think they had 5 people pegged for that spot. I don't know if you're into pegging or not. My good friend Matt Bischoff is, but they, I mean, The Rock was great. Next time I'm in Vegas, I'm hanging out with The Rock. He seems like he's or
The
just Rock. He's not The
He's
Rock,
great.
but
He's great.
but they had a little asterisk going first boot potential. So, and he wasn't.
Rock and Luke. Rock
Yeah.
and Luke were in that
My
category.
Luke. I mean, for me, I think without skipping too far ahead,
Yeah.
their theory on Harry for not having that much information, he did happen to do weird things with hands where like it really did without having a lot of clues. It did kind of make sense for me. I was like, if I were there, I would have been like, wait, you're onto something. So they're not wrong.
No,
There's
100%.
no. I understand where Harry's heart was, and that's great. And he might have been prodded by production, just like, hey, they're like, oh no, you should definitely do that. But in a game in which, like, because we don't see the conversation between production and our house guest or mansion guests or whatever they're being called here, but I feel that production did say, hey, whatever you reveal could be used against you. And in determining who has the $1 million briefcase. So that's on the table. In addition, and I don't know if they told them before, maybe they did, maybe they didn't. It doesn't matter. We now know it has been introduced to all the players, whether it was before or now, that there's an agenda. It's going to be something weird. So put your fucking hands in your pockets is my like I'm leaving the bed. It's just like, hey, where are you going? Like, oh, I'm just putting my hands in my pockets. I'm walking down to breakfast. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
it.
my only defense on this is that I try to look at competitions like this from a more psychological, sociological kind of like what was the mindset. And if you look at someone like Harry, his age already makes him on the outskirts. So if you really look at all the missteps that he made, they were all attempts to be a team, to be a group, to include himself, because he tried to include himself before they pushed him out. So I think, unfortunately, those were the things that ultimately led to his demise. But at the same time, I understand why he was like, let's be a team, a group of family, because he already knew that he was on the outskirts.
I feel like if he's on a show like Survivor or, even Dondi, doing those things is going to have no effect. If anything, it's going to only let people be more attracted to you because you're the kind of person. This show just happens to be all about deception and picking up on deception. And I mean, he could have wiped his ass the wrong way and people would have been like, oh no, he's a target. He's a folder. He's a target. Like any little thing you do is going to be amplified. And just the fact that he was himself and probably not super aware of how to play this game since it's a brand new game. That's why.
Yeah. Well, God bless Hawaiian shirt, Harry the photographer. What do you think Harry takes pictures of?
Vegetation.
Yeah, he like definitely strikes me as someone who's like, oh, a cloud. And you're like, nah, I'm out.
I don't think he's taking pictures of clouds. I think this guy is running about 18 OF accounts.
See, I knew you were gonna say. I was like, "Don't do it, Johnny, don't do it." Here we are.
It's low hanging fruit.
He should have been on Temptation Island,
getting them yams in his hand. Oh my God! I successfully defended the Boca Raton Cruiserweight Championship on Sunday, and then did commentary afterwards. And it was a women's match, and the other commentator, he goes, "Think we're having yams for dinner, boys." I was like, "Whoa!" I'm gonna go home and have the old animal style with the fiance.
The callback.
We love a callback, a full circle moment, and we're here.
Yeah, and we're back.
We got it. All right. Well, for those of you that are not doing the math, and apparently production didn't, it's 7 girls and 5 guys. So Say Young's like, let's get the guys out first. Why are there 7 girls and 5 guys?
It blew me by surprise. Like, took me by surprise. I'm like, every show ever in the history of reality television has equal number of guys to women, right?
Great.
And it's not just a, oh, we have to have, the same amount, but it's just an equal playing field for everyone, right?
Yeah.
And
then you have the gay guy that's going to go with the girls. So so even if you do 6 and 6, it's 7 and 5 there.
Exactly. So yeah, I didn't pick up on it at first, but then once we lost Harry in this episode, I was like, wait a second, why am I seeing so few guys? And then I did the math. I was like, holy crap, what are we doing here? Okay, I mean, I'm not against it, but by any means, I'm also like a level playing field where, it's not going to be just all teamed up on one sex or the other.
Yeah, it's 8-4 out of the gate. So, and then Harry's gone, so it's 8-3.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right, we'll see. Well, Sam's here. She's had 6 miscarriages. Wow, that way to casually throw that out.
That's an opener. Great, thank you so much for that, Johnny.
Deception.
Hey, I've had 6 miscarriages. Yeah, I like to play pinball. I think pinball is fun. I have a vinyl record collection. I'd really like to not talk about your 6 miscarriages. Oh, you're going to cry now. Great. This is wonderful. This is some that's some tough day one material to break bread with.
Yeah, that one is rough. But okay, just in getting to know her in the confessionals, and I didn't love her at all, episode 1 or probably even 2. But I will say it scares me because she's so in tune and intuitive that like she almost says it in the confessional, like, well, I got to show some vulnerability, so I'm going to do this. And like that to me, I'm like, is that real? If it's real, I think it's weird how you're addressing your own actions in the confessional. If it's not real, that's a real scumbag move. Like, I don't really know either way, but like, I don't really love when she shared it, how she shared it, but that's just me.
It's a little cringe. This peek behind the curtain, and hardly anyone knows this story, and we should probably make a reel of this. So on my first season of Survivor Pro Islands, 2003, I did the dead grandma lie, and no one knew at the time, and then it's revealed I did the dead grandma lie. Rupert found out in between when we filmed Pro Islands and when he went to film All Stars, which is the next season. And his plan going into All Stars was, if he had made the Loved Ones Challenge, to have his wife come out and he was going to tell everyone that she was pregnant, and for her to announce that she had a miscarriage.
Oh,
and I was like, I don't think you got what I would know. Like this is not what I was doing with the dead grandma lie.
Yeah, because there's a harmless lie, like the dead grandma lie, which is it's funny and also kind of like, oh, Johnny, you pulled a fast one. Yeah. But then there's this personal and stuff that'll hit home for a lot of people that is just not something you mess around with.
Well, I feel like plenty of people have, college midterm, whatever the excuse, it's like, oh, my grandma died, I can't make it. Like, it's kind of like a go-to. And maybe the world has changed, and I don't think this is the case in 2004, but, maybe there are people being like, hey, I had a miscarriage, couldn't make my exam. That's a possibility. And much like the dead grandma lie, no one was hurt. My grandma didn't die. And, in a fake miscarriage, no one died because there wasn't really a baby. It's just
yeah.
Yeah, I think that even in people asking me kind of why I went the way I did at the end of Deal or No Deal Island, I'm a firm believer of like what you put into the universe is what will come back to you. And it was one of those things where I was like, I didn't think it was my place to take away from a man's family that I knew that he had like things to do with that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to let the universe kind of figure it out, and you can pick whichever one you want. And so for me, I would not specifically tell a lie. I mean, I am going to assume, I'm going to hope that is, okay, I don't want to say I hope it's a true story, but like I hope for her that was a real moment of vulnerability. It was just addressed very weirdly in the relationship between how she shared it and how she spoke about it.
Well, I don't care if it's true or not. I mean, this game is literally based on deception. So I'm not going to sit here and go, you're not cute, or you're a shit person, or you deserve, whatever, for doing that. I mean, maybe it's true, maybe it isn't. It's a bold move, and I just feel it's a day 2 conversation. But don't worry, she's napping through day 2, so she doesn't.
She wasn't there day 2. She said, "I'm not going to be there tomorrow. I'm absent, so I'm just going to do all this now. I'm just going to do all this now.
I'm going to get my shit in before I take a nap on it." Like, is New York's manager her agent? Like New York's like, yeah, I'm going to be here every other day for house. Is that cool? Well, no. What can I do every 3 days?
That was
all right. Cool. Yeah.
That was
New York literally had Corinne get her breakfast. We would see, like, she would just walk past at some point, I guess, to do a confessional. We're like, "Oh, hey, New York." She's like, "Oh, hey, I'll be right back. I'll smoke a joint with you," so they can't film it. I'm like, "Okay." And then, and then at, around 9 p.m., she'd come downstairs and yell at someone. And then we're like, "All right, good night, New York. That was great."
What I will say is it does open the door for Lauren, who's like, "Oh my God, that's so sad. Let me give you a hug." My girl, here we go. Let's go.
Let me give you a hug and everyone that consoled you on your 6 miscarriages.
Yeah.
For the record, it may have been 5. I think that was an auto. I don't know how you autocorrect 5 to 6, but one of those 2 statements is true of what she said. Whether they're true in actuality, who's to say?
Now, I will say this about Sam. Before you came on, Philip, Johnny asked me who from this cast I wasn't, feeling. And it definitely was Sam. Sam was the one who rubbed me the wrong way. Now, I'm not going to say it's because of miscarriages, because honestly, that could be a true story, and I don't want to get involved in that. That's her personal story. And if it is, or if it isn't, she's using it for deception, shame on her. But if it is, then that's a very tragic story.
No, Bobby. There's no shame on her. There's a game based on deception. Whatever you choose to say, I feel is just as valid from saying that you're the president of Frito-Lay, or saying that you are that you've had
baseball there.
5 to 6 miscarriages.
No, because I don't think that, though. I think that there's certain things that are out of bounds, and there's certain things you just don't do.
Not in this game. Not in this game.
But you just said with the whole Rupert thing that there was things that are out of bounds, and now all of a sudden
Survivor is not 100% based on deception. $1 Million Secret is 100% based on deception.
Yeah, but there's just some icky things.
Jeff is not gonna, like, there will not be a point in the show in which, me being senior art consultant at a gallery will come back to bite me in the ass, so I can't tell anyone that I work as a senior art consultant somewhere.
Well, for instance, if we go to like this last Survivor episode, where you have Eva talking about, her situation, like if that was all a lie, if she was on this show and that was all a lie, that'd be extremely icky, would it not?
Not for me. I'd like give her $1 million. Put her on season 50. I will play along with her. She will be my BFF until I figure out a way to fuck her over, like she fucked over everyone else. Yes. No, I have no problem. If Eva is lying, I am 100% behind her. So it's just
okay. We need to get you on this show, Johnny, because I want to see all the lies you'd be willing to take to get
Call a brother up. My phone is working. All right.
The problem is you will be gone with that briefcase in a second.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm disappearing. I'm gonna go film another show and tell some lies. You know what? I decided that's what I'm doing. Am I allowed to say, because we're peek behind the curtain, I got the call for season 50. Can we say this here?
What? This is news to me.
I know. Are we allowed to say it here?
I don't know, but this is news to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm on season 50. I mean, I think.
Okay, now I know where this is going.
I feel this is the correct day to address it.
Yep. There we are. Yep. We are.
Yeah.
See, you had to play it like that. You had it perfect, and then you said, "I'm on," and I'm like, "Okay, this is horse shit."
Well, no, I feel the day of all days. It's April 1st. I feel if I'm gonna put it out there in the world
about that.
Oh, that was all I thought about immediately. Yeah.
Oh, I thought, I was like, oh man, he's got he never even told me about this, and we talk every day about this stuff. Like, what is going on? Okay, you got me.
Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty anti April Fools. I can't I like to get my kids with April Fools, but no one else. So, oh, I will tell you this because for those of you that are unaware, I am very scatterbrained, and if you're looking for a $1 Million Secret podcast that only follows $1 Million Secret, never says anything else, this is not the podcast for you. We'll miss you. You're great. See ya. I like to tell fun stories because I think podcasts should be entertaining, and we can share shit. And last time I checked, Bobby Goodsby, he's got fun shit that's happened to him, and we mentioned it. And Phillip, look at him. I mean, he can just talk about himself, and we could digress for 30 minutes. So, but my fiance 2 nights ago sent me a reel of these spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, laying down on the ground, and like when you walk by, you're like, hey, and they jump like crazy. So 2 nights ago, my fiance sends me this at 10:30 p.m. Sends me this reel. Think this is hilarious. Sends the crying, laughing emoji. She's like, oh my god, this is funny as shit. She loves it. Whatever. Fast forward 90 minutes later, she comes home from work. So, and I see her coming. I lay down like by the foyer with my head barely sticking out, literally giving myself stomach pains from laughing so fucking hard, waiting for her to walk from the car to the to inside the doorway. Like pain. I'm laughing so hard. Managed to stop right before she walks in. I go, hey, she jumps. I'm like, you literally sent me the video 90 minutes ago.
That's great. That's real love. That is real love right there. We love that.
Yes. So she had a coffee cup in her hand, and I'm just like, okay, there's one of 3 ways this is going to go. A, the coffee, there's going to be coffee, and it was empty, thank God. A, there is coffee. It's going to go on her. She's going to fucking kill me. B, the coffee mug goes into the mirror right there, shatters the mirror. C, hits the mirror, it lands on me. It fucks up my face because I'm a fucking moron. So anyway, none of those. She just jumped. She kept everything in hand because the video, like pretty much every time someone did that, like someone threw something at them and they got hit, or something got broken, or whatever. So, damage avoided. So yeah, I've also got her with the I feel good deal. Like I'll put I'll put a speaker somewhere she doesn't know, and I'll do the I feel good, and she'll jump. So okay. I'm the best / worst fiance ever. So there you go.
So if, let's just say, you two, specifically you, just like knowing how you interact with others and stuff, if you get the hug challenge, are you accepting it or just being like, absolutely not?
I'm kind of a hugger. I've gotten in trouble for being a side hugger sometimes. She's like, oh yeah, we ain't doing, like, you're fucking hugging me and you're fucking grabbing my ass, or you ain't hugging. So like, we ain't doing this fucking bullshit. So, but I'm not a big handshake. Like I'm a fist pounder, but I'm a hugger. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I just I know where my hands have been, but but yeah, no, hugs are fine. Yeah, I'm accepting, but at the same time, I feel with this many people, 2 extra votes ain't a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, ultimately, it is kind of what got her from going home. So, like,
was the final vote count? Was that the difference?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I would say, as for
I'm taking notes as I'm doing the show, so we'll get there on episode 2. But I did not notice until the end of episode 2 the vote count thing, and I'm just like, oh wow, and like I don't like the little font. Like I think they could have done that a little more grandiose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did not catch it on the first vote count.
As for myself, I would definitely accept this challenge as a hugger, because like I'm not naturally a hugger. I definitely think if I'm close to you, I have no problem hugging, but I'm also the type of person that can ease into a situation to make it nonchalant. So like just go up to the person, be like, come here, like, just like almost like that weird bro hug where you take their hand,
you're like
do that, and then
friendliest
bring it in for a hug. Easy.
Yeah.
Do that all day. And that should be considered a hug, no?
Yes.
Yeah, no, bro hug counts. Yeah.
I think that's easy.
I think her only misstep was it didn't look weird or awkward as a viewer until it was the group of like 4 or 5 of them, and she felt like she had to hug them all individually. I'm like, dude, the only way you can pull this off is by having the one-on-one interaction, because that's how you step away. When you're like, this was a great talk, it was very nice meeting you. You could hug people individually, but it's when you literally go around the room and take turns. I'm like, that was weird. Yep, not sure.
Well, but that's not her wheelhouse, and I love the fish out of water scenario with her in that. So that worked cinematically, I guess. But yeah, no, execution wise, I would have owned this pretty quickly. It'd have been like, hey man, what's up? Like, let's run this shit. Like, I mean, like I could have knocked this out in 15 minutes and literally having the same conversation with every single person. Yo, let's run this shit. And then it's like, oh man, me and Fairplay are good. Just like now, I don't know your name, Chris.
So with this, now that we have seen like the first 3 episodes, right? And we know what kind of to look for. Like these people are going in blind. They're looking at just holding hands at a table as possible sign. Now they've got, for season 2, people have a general reference of what to look for. So I feel like season 2 is going to be even more, you can't do anything to try to get away with things, because
if you are not the $1 million person, you leave your room, you put your hands in your pockets, and you walk. Oh, like your hands never leave your pockets if you're not the fucking millionaire.
Hey, notice how Jonny Fairplay's hands are always in his pockets? That's got to be something.
They're like, that's the thing. He's holding on to something. Yep.
Like 100%. Oh, Johnny just took 2 sips out of his drink. Oh no, he's a 2-sipper. That's something.
Whoa, I have never been a 2-sipper. I assure you.
Well, that's true. You're a chugger. Double fister, maybe. All right.
Oh my God, it's 2-0 Arsenal. 84-minute mark. Oh my God, Jonny Fairplay about to go to the pay window.
All right, we got to start flying through this cast because we're still like we're 57 minutes
getting there. Here we go. Next is Lydia. She's an old inquisitive woman and a grandma. I'm like, oh, I don't like Lydia. We'll come back. There's Bottle Service Sydney. Could not name one bar in Old Town, and Sam's like, I've been to Old Town one time. I can name 8 bars. Okay. A, Sam, you're an alcoholic, and B, you're a cop. So relax. But Sam, the picture of deception. Where do you work, Sam? A dental office.
But like you didn't prepare that in advance. I was like, that's like a very, you're gonna be asked that. So that was weird to me. That I was like,
feel like she literally just pulled dental office, and I'm just like, your whole gimmick was you were not gonna tell people you were a cop. What were you gonna be?
I mean, and especially for that specifically, you really have to be able to respond to certain things in like the periodontal field where like people are going to expect you to know a lot. And like, so for me, even though I'm a personal trainer now, if given the option, I would still go in as a middle school English teacher because you wouldn't be able to say an IEP, a 504. I would still know what all those things are because I still have that experience. So if it were me, I'd be like, that's a weird thing. I'm going to ask you something about mouth or teeth or insurance or I don't know anything because it really feels like you have no idea what you are talking about.
I feel like I would like. I'd like to check out Sam's southernmost cavity.
God damn it, Johnny! It really okay. Let's get back on track. So it really confuses me why people don't choose like, oh, I'm a server or I'm a bartender, because that is the most, no one's going to ask questions. No, everyone understands customer service in that field. And pretty much everyone has worked a day in their life in some sort of customer service faction. If you haven't, you should. I think everyone should work a day in those shoes. But it absolutely is something that I feel like anyone could get away with and no one's going to question it.
Yeah, well, I think Sam's deal was, her story was, she's a stay-at-home mom for the one kid that survived out of the 7 attempts. But her words, not mine. Her words, not mine. But I don't think she thought anywhere past that. It was just like, oh yeah, but what did you do before that? She's like, oh fuck. I just had this great story that's going to make everybody cry. And that's all I brought to the table. And it was just like, girl, you a cop.
Is she giving you Tony Vlachos vibes?
Oh, no, she's giving me Tony Ferrari vibes from Kill Reality. Officer, oh my God, what was it? I can't remember her name. God, I miss Tony Ferrari. Paradise Hotel, great show. All right. Anyway, let's see. Sam notices that Lauren is hugging everyone. I'm like, Sam, do not fuck this up for Lauren. I like Lauren right now. I won't like her in 2 episodes, but I like her right now.
Agreed.
All right. So, well, mission complete. She gets it, and 6 guests get to gain entry into the trophy room. This is a thing. Get into pairs. Sam picks Corey. Corey's not happy about this, but guess what? You're not picking a partner. You're picking an opponent. Yes. Unleash the dog on your opponent. Peter has a scotch. We're here for that. And yes, so for those of you that have not seen this and you're just watching the podcast or listening to the podcast, that's stupid. Go watch the show. But if you haven't, the challenge is there's some key locks, there's some gates you have to get across the finish line, but there's also a up, down, left, right, BA, start code to unlock the dog that will go and savagely attack the person that's running through the gates, or so I thought. This was frightening, potentially.
They did a really good job of like hyping the dog up. And they were like, yo, this dog's about to sniff the hell out of you. And you're like, oh, no. But I just think I do appreciate the fact that I do think initially the runner had a huge advantage in this challenge. And then in watching it, I was like, actually, the person that has to input the code has a huge advantage. Yeah. What I would have loved to see is that once you completed it, you walked away. The issue is once someone completed it and they were like, just split it in half, they went back and told everyone after that. So that kind of screwed it all up.
Well, unless you're Sam, but we'll get there. So, So for those of you wondering, does the dog seance savagely attack everyone when it gets to you? No, it grabs a handkerchief off your backside.
This challenge really frustrated the shit out of me too, because I'm like, you're absolutely right, Philip. You're at such an advantage with the code lock because all you have to do is do what, like, it was a 6-digit, 7-digit code, whatever it was.
It was 6 digits. You can literally go up.
Yes.
Down. Left.
It's so true. Okay, he's getting through 6 of these, but yeah, I'm just so frustrated because it's like
there may have been 8. Who's to say?
The other person had to get through like 3 gates and 3 different combinations of things to get through it. It's like, how is this at all fair? Like, I thought that maybe once they got through like that first gate, the runner, then there'd be a new obstacle for the gate person, for the code person. But there wasn't. It was just a one-time thing, and they're screwed.
No. And kudos to you, Philip. Like the wisdom you've gained in one show, knowing, hey, when they go back, they're just going to fucking tell the others because I've done a show and that's what they do. I don't think the viewers at home came to that same hypothesis. But that's very
I think
much
we did only because I've gotten a lot of like random viewers to tell me if David on Deal or No Deal Island didn't fall off the balance beam and push the suitcase ahead, no one else would have made it after him. And I was like, good point.
Yeah.
So I started to kind of look at it like that, where if you have your one game changer go early on, it literally changes everything after.
Yeah. I can't believe you couldn't walk that tightrope of a half-inch bar all the way across a half a football field. I mean, it's really disappointing.
I mean,
Actually, Phillip, we actually were wondering about this. On that thing, could you have like ran as far as possible and just leaped forward, or would you only be able to go as many steps as you made it, and then you could have jumped to the side?
So, to be honest, you could have just kind of ran as far as you could and fell into it. But we soon realized with Dixon, if you genuinely fell into it with all of your weight, you got deeper into it. If you jumped into it, you could kind of control the weight a little bit more. So when we all jumped in, we were a good solid 12 inches over where he landed. When he went down and it was done. It took a crew of 3 people to pull that man out of the quicksand. So like after that, we were like,
did
okay,
you jump forward, or did you have to jump to the side?
No, we could jump wherever we wanted to, but again, as you jump forward, it makes that weight heavier. It makes the impact deeper. So we were like, how can we make as little of a splash as we could? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
And how would you not lose a shoe in that? That's what I was curious about.
Oh, my God.
It was bad. It was bad. It was bad.
Oh my God! Oh, if I'm rocking some ones and oh man, I'm digging. As Jeff says, or as JLP says, probably the more likely show I'm on. You got to dig deep.
Yeah, you got to dig deep for those shoes.
You do. So Peter has a scotch. All is well in the world. Sydney beats Phil. Lydia goes on. Dog bites the flag, not the person. Lauren beats Harry. Ooh, this could be bad news, Harry. Cara goes on. Say Young goes on. Say Young beats Sam because, oh, that's right, folks. Someone flipped Sam's coat upside down.
What? I didn't understand it then. I still don't understand it now.
I mean, I don't know. I watch a lot of Datelines, but I also watch a lot of documentaries in which shit goes the other way with the cops. You know, maybe somebody sprinkled some crack on that.
Okay, here's what I will say, just as a reality TV participant. There are things in practice that like legally have to happen. The producers won't allow someone to randomly just flip yours over because that's like a big deal. Like that's a legality issue. And so for me, if it did happen, they would have stopped the challenge, reset, and done it again. So like it's such a weird claim.
And you literally saw her getting it progressing each time.
Yes, also that.
So also that. So. Yeah, Sam. I did not initially like Sam. I am now here for Sam. Whether I'm rooting for her or not, I want her on the show, and I'm here for Sam's excuses and whatever else she has going on in her life that may or may not be true.
I will say by the end of episode 3, I was feeling Sam.
Did I mention the cap? Okay, all right, just check. All right, well, Sam's the dog was happy. The agenda was completed, is announced to the cast. Okay, so here is a problem with the show and theory. If this announcement was made over the PA that the agenda was completed, this is prior to going into the trophy room. And so Phil's theory on Say Young convincing the 3 people to say someone else's name in there, which acquires 3 additional votes, is not valid.
I agree completely, but it's always hard to tell kind of the order of things, whether that announcement was actually made before they went in there or not.
What? Editing wise, I don't care if it was or wasn't. I don't show it right here and just allow plausible liability for the viewer and the contestant. So yeah, the timing of this, like I just, because as I said, it just everything else doesn't track. But I mean, I think they purposely showed this here to show that Philip's theory was wrong on every level, because they literally said hours beforehand, but 11 other people can't raise their hand and go, wait, didn't they say that earlier?
I mean, I will say that his
So,
theory is extremely smart. In hearing celebrities
oh,
talk
love
about traders and stuff, they're like, listen, we get no clues. There's nothing to work off of. So you have to think about like anything that could potentially make sense. So if, let's say, he said that his theory was however many people you can convince in the room to get in there as that top 6, that's how many extra votes he would get. I think it's a coincidence that it's 3 and 3, but technically that is a pretty good clue.
I love it. I love it. Other than the fact that the PA announcement was made hours prior, saying the agenda was already completed.
Agreed.
So, all right. Well, it's conversation time. Lauren throws out Harry's name. Sam needs to go back to sleep. Oh, it's breakfast. Okay. Lauren throws out Harry's name at breakfast. Harry is just worried about if he picked the right Hawaiian shirt. Well, I hope you picked your best 2, brother, because you ain't gonna show them 4 through 12. Sam needs to take a nap because it's day 2. So yeah, pick 6. It's time to go to the trophy room. Pick 6 boxes. The host will tell you if one of them is the millionaire. Say Young says Lauren's box is like, whoa, what the fuck? And she's like, no. You need to load up people. You need to load up on people that you trust. This is a great theory. You pick the 2 people that you do suspect, or one. I think this theory works better with the one person you're really positive. I think Say Young should have spoken up one person earlier. Like she says, it's just like, hey, we got 2 people we don't trust. Now let's switch it. I say pick one person you don't trust and then load it, and then you're guaranteed that person's not the person. So, but don't worry, everything changes in the trophy room every time, so it doesn't matter.
And I will say this. I didn't love this twist because it really puts Lauren at an extreme disadvantage no matter what she does, because it doesn't matter if she's part of the ones that they choose or not part of the ones they choose. They're getting the same info because it's a 50-50. You're still part of the group that isn't or part of the group that is. And it's a real disadvantage because you're eliminating half the cast potential to be the millionaire. And I feel like that's the ultimate setback. Now, I think they did her a big favor later on in episode 2. But I think in this episode, right off the bat, you're already at a disadvantage that everything you do is being scrutinized. And now on top of that, they can eliminate half the potential contestants from being the millionaire.
Not necessarily, because so they go through with this. Only one of you will receive the answer. What if Lauren is the consensus vote? And
I mean, that's the only advantage, but like you're literally got a 1 in what is it, 12 or 13 contestant chance of that potentially happening.
Well, like there's only 6 people in the room. You have
6 in the room, but 12 total, right? So like what I'm saying is, it's a lot.
It's a lot. The odds are you do not want to be the millionaire early, as explained early in the show.
And I get that's the purpose of the show. And who's to say that the person that is nominated to receive the info isn't lying? So yes, there's multiple caveats to this. I just didn't like this as a first twist. I think it should have been not so game forward.
Yeah, I think this one could have been a little loosey-goosey.
I have a hot take, and it's only that if you're going to be the millionaire at some point, just through luck of the draw, initially and coming into this conversation, I was like, oh, you want to be a millionaire closer to the end. I think now I'm changing it to you want to be where Lauren is. Because think about all the missteps that you can make. There are so many other people that they can aim their guns at. Whereas if you're making that mistake in a group of 4 or 5, it's more blatantly apparent. And we see that with millionaire number 2 already, that like even his screw ups aren't super big, but now everyone is so clued in on it that I'm like, maybe it's better to be millionaire number 1 and just like get it out of the way and then be like, get this money away from me.
Yeah, but you don't ever have to be the millionaire until the end. I mean, but I think Lauren was in the captain's chair here, in that if she can skate through it, learn what all you can potentially learn and what the agendas can potentially be, get out of it, and then get back into it. That's a pretty, of all the spots, this may be the best spot. So, but Lauren doesn't have the savvy of a Jonny Fairplay or a player like that. She's too good for her own good. Well, not good, too nice. The word good should not be used at all. But she was, I thought she excelled, but then she shit herself, and we'll get to it. So, well, Lydia is the consensus vote, and it is in fact one of the people mentioned does have the million. And then Lydia reveals she has been a professional poker player for 30 years. I believe that. I think Lydia is going to be good, and I'm here for that. Let's see. She reveals we were right. Lauren delivers the names to the group of who was in the 6. Phil doesn't trust Lydia. Ooh, all right. Hot take, Phil. Let's go. Harry is nervous. You should be. Lauren gets another hug from Corey following this discussion. I don't know if you guys caught that. This is not counting her totals, but Corey's giving hugs to Lauren. That will change. And Sam is sus for skipping day 2. Hell yeah, girl. You filmed a TV show. You don't skip day 2.
Question. Do we know where the stag is?
I'm thinking Virginia,
in the room, right?
Probably another country.
Is it like in America, or were they overseas?
I want to say it's overseas.
I would guess overseas because of labor unions.
Yeah, then I'm going to say that, like, I think what Sam did is, like, I will say in going to the island, day 2 was way worse than day 1, because day 1, you're so excited. And day 2, you're like, I feel awful. Like, it might be the change in the weather, the time zone, or whatever else. Don't get me wrong. I was not going to sleep through day number 2. But what I'm saying is I do think there's more allowances if they did leave America in order to shoot the show.
So it's shot in British Columbia.
Yeah, there we go. I'm thinking it's diarrhea. I'm not kidding. I think she's like, I got the shits, and I'm not like I'm not gonna go shit every fucking 12 minutes. I'm just gonna fucking sit in my fucking room and shit. Have you seen that news? That's projectile shit. It's not dripping.
God damn it, Johnny.
The cat. Okay, all right. Well, it's time for dinner. And our host Peter's like, hey, I'm going to ask some questions to put you on the spot. And Lydia's like, yeah, I'm going to pass. And he's like, all right, hey, what about you, Lauren? She's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to call out the only guy that likes me here, Harry. And Sam's like, oh, well, I'm here for the tea. I've been shitting all day, but I'd just like to know who threw my fucking name out there in the trophy room. I think Sam set the tone for this fucking show.
Yes.
I don't think this dinner is as aggressive as it is if Sam's not in this house. And therefore I love Sam.
Yeah. I think
it's a lot friendlier if she's out there.
I know we're going to get to, but like, I think Lydia talks a big game and acts like she knows a lot, but doesn't really bring a lot to the table when it comes to actually interrogating people. And I feel like she's got maybe she's internalizing it, thinking it's too early. There's a lot of people on this cast that I'm kind of like whatever about, but there's a lot of people like Sam who have me feeling a certain way from one episode to another. And that's what I want to see on my TV screen. I even commend Lauren, Lauren had to defend herself right from the start with little things as well. And for someone who seemed like a fish out of water in that element, really didn't do a terrible job. She made mistakes, don't get me wrong. We'll talk about those in a later episode, but she absolutely played to the best of her abilities, in my opinion.
I think Lauren could cheat on her husband.
Not real.
I don't know if if that's the congratulations Lauren is looking for watching this episode. I feel she could honestly cheat on her husband. It'd be all right. She wouldn't get caught.
Okay. A weird production question. Do you think this is their actual eating dinner per se, or are they eating before or after? And I'm going to tell you why. I am always hungry. And so the thing is, if I have to spend my entire meal every night screaming and yelling at people, I'm like, wait, but I survived another day. Do you guys have another plate? Because I like messed all this one up because I was angry. Is this the actual meal?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. I did love the waiters delivering the boxes. I thought that was I felt like I was watching an ad for Ruth's Chris.
Fair.
Yeah.
Or no, I take that back. What's the one in Cincinnati that brings you like the Jordan shoe cake or the Louis Vuitton cake? I can't remember the name of it. It's J something. Anyway, so yeah. But Ruth's Chris suffices for sake of example. Yeah, I like this. And as I said, I think it got spicier than potentially initially intended on the onset because Sam is there.
I wanted to say this too, Phil, but I agree. As someone who's never been on reality TV, I don't know how the food situation works. I'm sure on Dondi, we saw the times you guys were eating, but you really have no timeline of the actual, food and everything. I wonder if they actually. What'd you say?
There's sweet tea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, okay, side note. Why did they not show the tea at all this whole season besides like the first episode? It bothered me.
At every excursion. To be honest with you, I think a lot of things got cut because the excursions were so multifaceted and complicated that after a while you were like, well, you just need all the information, because I feel like there were things even like the hammocks to this day that you're like, I don't know who won that or how they won. So I think it was just a lot of explanation. So we got rid of like all the smiles and the fun and drink the tea and the high five. Yeah, no, we got rid of all of it.
Did you have tea
all season?
There was tea.
Oh, I drank it every day. Yeah, totally.
How is the tea, by the way?
It is extremely sweet, but it's extremely hot because we couldn't drink the ice there because we weren't allowed to have any of the water there. So like there wasn't any ice while we were there.
Interesting. Okay.
Last point is asked a few times. I'd be remiss if what was it like playing with the GOAT, Dr. Will?
Dr. Will is, hot take, as amazing as you think he is, if not even more amazing. He made some big promises on the show to us personally. I can only really speak for like myself, but he was like, your life story is interesting. Someone else should really like hear it and acknowledge it. And I looked at him and I was like, okay, sure, great. We got home from the island. He made a call to a writer at Men's Journal. He got me a full page spread. Like he followed through with everything. He is as nice as you think he is, if not even more amazing, I swear.
It's just the character.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So let's see. Sam asked who calls her out. Sam said her code was upside down. That's why she couldn't do the thing. Don't worry, that'll come back. Harry calls out Lauren. I'm like, whoa. Then Say Young calls out Lauren, but don't worry. Say Young, her number one is Lauren. So she just said her name for whatever reason. And the episode ends, and I'm just like, you got real lucky, $1 Million Secret, that you dropped 3 episodes. Because if you end episode 1 with just episode 1, and I don't know who's going home, I'm probably not watching episode 2. I ain't waiting a week. I ain't got it in me. It's 2025. I can watch a whole lot of shit all at one time.
And I think I will say this. I love how Netflix does this with their reality shows where they do them in groups of 3 or 4 or whatever. But I love that. No, podcasting, it can be a nightmare. Don't get me wrong, especially trying to remember what was in what episode. But I will say this with as a fan, as a viewer, I love being able to binge without finishing and getting through the whole thing. So, for instance, like Squid Games. Squid Games, I watched that whole thing in almost a couple of days, and I was like done with it. I was like, wow, I waited 3 years or 2 years, and I got through season 2 in no time. This, I at least get to watch it all in a nice little succession, get to absorb it, I guess I would say, and then talk about it on the podcast. Because if we went and binged this whole season, Johnny, you know how hard it would be to do the whole season right now?
I just went.
Everything?
We would potentially do one episode talking about the entire season, if not cover it at all. So, and I think if these dropped weekly, just one a week, we see who goes home. Episode 1.
Well,
I think knowing that it drops in chunks of 3, they can leave you on a cliffhanger because you can just press the button.
I think the way network TV does it nowadays is dead, where you just do one episode a week. Like Dondi does it, Survivor does it, all the major shows do it, but I don't think it's a good way to do it. I really think that Netflix has a finger on the pulse with the best way to put these shows out there to develop an audience, have them engaged, let them understand the gameplay, and then do it in little increments. I think that's the best way to do it, and I think every network should do it that way.
So now, I'm more engaged in Australian Survivor than American Survivor, even though I know some of the American survivors and I still love what they're doing. But I feel like I know the Australian Survivor players better in getting to those 3 episodes a week, night after night after night. I feel like I know them a lot better than I know Hitch.
Except for Morgan.
Like a few in America, but like as a whole, I feel like I know almost all the Australians.
Yeah.
Except for Morgan.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah,
she's beautiful, and that's great.
She is beautiful. She is. So,
still need to start Australian Survivor.
So this is where episode 1 ends. So we're gonna call it adieu for now, and then we're coming right back. We're covering episode 2. Philip, what's your schedule like? Are you in?
I'm in. I'm here. Whatever.
All right. Bobby, are you in?
I'm in for. We go a little faster.
We're going to go much faster. Everything speeds up exponentially. My notes are definitely a third of what they were for the premiere. So yeah, this is going to go much faster. So yeah, you got you had 1 hour 26 minutes for this episode of the premiere. Look for the next episodes to go about 30 minutes each. And so with that, Philip, where can everybody find you on the socials?
On social, P's, Holloman12, all O's.
All O's. Bobby Goodsby, you don't have a bunch of numbers and shit that make no sense behind yours. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Goodsby Bobby, officially on Twitter and now Instagram. Because, Johnny, you convinced me to finally change it, and it finally happened.
Well, it took all of 20 seconds. It was great. I'm at Jonny Fairplay. Oh, my God. They took away how is it one fucking... Oh, I think they're showing highlights. Oh, dear God. Whew, please tell me Arsenal won. All right, so I'm at Jonny Fairplay on all the things except for TikTok. I'm at Fairplay Talk because I couldn't remember my password and they don't give it to you, or something like that. Who's to say? And subscribe, share, leave a comment. Leave a like. Do the like and then leave a comment. That's the best way to control the algorithm. If you'd like a link to everything, go to JonnyFairplay.com. That's for all my shit. But if you want a link to everything involving the Reality After Show podcast network, which Philip, your face is on there because you got a podcast coming out we're not talking about yet. Maybe we'll go on episode 2, maybe episode 3. You got a podcast coming out. Go to realityaftershow.com. That's right. Brand new website just launched as soon as I touched down from Australia back here to America. That's realityaftershow.com. And with that, thank you, everybody. See you in a few.
Bye.